Hello and welcome to El Segundo News, where we inform you about issues and topics happening in the city of El Segundo. I'm Martha Guzman Hurtado. After 32 years of public service and law enforcement, El Segundo Police Chief Bill Whalen has announced his retirement. During his 4 years in El Segundo, Chief Whalen has enhanced community engagement, improved the department's organizational structure, and has skillfully helped guide the city through the COVID-19 crisis and social justice emergencies. He has been an advocate for equity, unbiased policing, and effective police-community relations. Before coming to El Segundo, Chief Whalen served with the Garden Grove and Irvine police departments in various capacities, such as SWAT, Internal Affairs, and investigator for the Orange County Drug Enforcement Administration Joint Task Force. He quickly promoted through the ranks of sergeant, lieutenant, and ultimately commander. Chief Whalen officially retires on July 2nd. Captain Jaime Bermudez, a 29-year El Segundo Police Department veteran, will serve as interim police chief pending a recruitment process. To get a pulse on the community's biggest concerns, the El Segundo Police Department has partnered with Elucid Incorporated to send online surveys to residents via social media or the intranet. Here's Police Chief Bill Whalen with details about this survey.
They ask questions related to trust and safety. So we get trust and safety scores that gives us an idea if we're moving in the right direction as far as keeping our community safe, and it's the perception of safety that's important. But also it's that immediate tactical information we get, because people can say, I have a problem at this intersection, or I've noticed this occurring on my street, and we get that information as well. The biggest complaint we get is with traffic related issues, and so our traffic division is very busy monitoring our weekly Elucid results in an effort to put resources out there and address the issues that the residents are concerned about. And to me, the gold standard is when somebody can do an online survey, they see something pop up on one of the feeds on a social media site, they take a survey, and then the next day they see a police officer who's actually out at an intersection that they complained about. I want the community to know that we will try whatever it takes to really understand what is of greatest concern to our residents, and in an effort to allow us to be more effective at the way we provide a police service.
The police department receives weekly responses from Elucid and uses that information to decide the best way to deploy resources to the community. Police are also reaching out to residents through neighborhood watch groups and service organizations for information on how best to serve the community. Los Angeles County will align with the state of California to ease the COVID-19 mask requirement for some indoor settings starting June 15th. LA County already allows fully vaccinated individuals to take off their masks while indoors with other fully vaccinated people, but the mandate remains in place for everyone working or visiting businesses. Until June 15, masks are still required for everyone at large events, public transportation, retail and business establishments, workplaces under Cal OSHA masking distancing requirements. Masks are still required for all unvaccinated people. Outdoors, anytime distancing cannot be maintained. Masks are still not required for fully vaccinated people outdoors unless attending crowded events. Indoor and outdoor visits with other fully vaccinated people and with unvaccinated people from one household without high-risk people. The Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Committee provided the City Council with an update and a list of action items at the May 18th City Council meeting. The council-appointed committee was established last fall to work with the city to gain a deeper understanding of issues and determine the needed steps to ensure everyone in El Segundo feels welcome. The DEI's efforts will support the 4 study areas recommended by City Council: public safety, citywide organization, community at large, and local economy. City Council approved the DEI's recommended action items, including implementing community surveys, reviewing the El Segundo Police Department and city policies, and communication efforts such as distributing a newsletter and providing resources on a city webpage. The committee will provide an update on the progress of their action items at a future council meeting. An upcoming special joint virtual City Council and Planning Commission meeting will be held on May 27th to get your input on future housing options in El Segundo. This is all part of a state-required housing element report for 2021 through 2029. To explain what the housing element entails, the city has released this short video.
Shape the future of housing in El Segundo. Help the city identify areas within the community appropriate for housing by participating in the Housing Element Update 2021 through 29. Every 8 years, California law requires that all cities and counties update their plan to address housing needs for everyone in the community. Help El Segundo come up with a plan to provide enough affordable housing options for our working families, seniors, and young professionals to ensure children who grew up here can afford to remain in this community. If we don't get a new housing plan approved that provides housing options across all incomes, the city could be fined. lose state funding opportunities, lose the ability to issue permits, and, in the end, lose local control over having a say where new housing should go. The decisions we make in the coming months will shape El Segundo's future. Let's work together to make sure El Segundo's housing plan is the best one for our city. Visit elsegundo.org/housing-element and share your ideas today.
The special virtual meeting is Thursday, May 27th via Zoom from 4:30 to 6 p.m. You can also watch the meeting live on Channel 3, elsegundo.org, and the city's YouTube channel. For more details, visit elsegundo.org/housing-element. The City of El Segundo is excited to announce that it will host a 4th of July fireworks display at Recreation Park this year, subject to compliance with all state and county safety protocols. A decision will be made in upcoming weeks to finalize the city's plan for a safe celebration pending guidance from Los Angeles County. A popular annual event is canceled this year, but you can still enjoy the hometown fair in a creative way. The El Segundo Community Services Department is asking residents to share what makes El Segundo special by framing their memories on #HometownFrames posters. Staff will display the submissions around town and Recreation Park in June. Posters are available throughout May at the checkout building at 401 Sheldon Street. To arrange for a pickup, call 310-524-2700. For detailed instructions on how to submit your poster, visit elsegundorecparks.org. The El Segundo Community Garden at Recreation Park was started 10 years ago. The West Garden has 30 plots and the East Garden has 25 plots. Here's an update on these special designated areas for our residents who love to garden.
During the pandemic, we've advised all gardeners to wear a mask at all times while inside of the garden, and only 1 to 2 gardeners at a time with 6 feet of separation between them. There is some good space and good outdoors and good wind out here, so we've just limited the capacity inside the garden. In January, we turn over 1 garden to new gardeners. Once we contact the gardeners, they are given a key to the plot at our garden party, where we invite everyone down, show them where their garden is. We have some tea and treats for them that day. After that day, the garden is theirs.
It's a recreation for us and a social activity. So it brings the community together and gives you that neighborly feeling. You know, it's great for the mind and the body. If you need a friend, and we always could do with another friend, come on out to the garden. You make lifelong friends here. Get some good fertilizer and some good soil in it, and get your hands dirty.
If you're interested in the community garden program, call the Jocelyn Center in June at 310-524-2705. With the hot days of summer just around the corner, the City of El Segundo is gearing up to open Hilltop Park Pool Memorial Day weekend, just in time to cool you down. Here's Recreation Aquatics Coordinator Joe Lormans with an update on the Hilltop Park Pool and swimming programs in our city.
Hilltop Pool has just been filled after over a year of being closed. It is going to open over Memorial Day weekend, going to be open for the Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. And then after that, it's going to be open weekends only until school gets out, and then it will be open every day of the week starting June 14th. It'll be open from 11 a.m. to 6 p.m. As of right now, the residents of El Segundo can use the pool for lap swimming, water aerobics, water walking, family swim. Along with that, we have user groups that you can sign up with: youth water polo teams, youth swim teams, adult water polo teams, adult swim teams, and all of that is currently at the El Segundo Aquatic Center. We're currently planning for summer. There are going to be a lot of changes for summer and updates, so make sure to keep an eye on our social media on both Facebook and Instagram. That's ES Rec and Parks is the handle for any updates on our programs.
To reserve a lane for lap swimming, log on to esrec.org and look under the Aquatics lane tab. For swimming programs, look under the Aquatics tab. And El Segundo's youth sports are now back on the fields with return to play protocols. Here's Community Services Recreation Supervisor Sean Green to tell us more.
So our youth sports have changed obviously over the last year, being shut down for a really long time and then being able to come back slowly with return to play protocols that were safe within the LA County guidelines. So we slowly were able to get them back on the fields, to the rink and different places. Then after that, we've now, with the regulations changing, we've been able to get them more on the fields, to get them to play games and their matches and different things. And then as far as our recreation facilities on our fields, you're able to rent them now. You have to turn in return to play protocols for that as well. Our youth sports groups that are on our youth sports council, they go through their president responds to me and puts in a request, put them on their field, in their fields. And then for non-youth sports council members, they reach out to me, they put in their return to play protocols, and then after that, they are able to get on the field once they pay a fee for the rentals of the field.
If you would like to reserve a field, you can email Community Services Recreation Supervisor Sean Green at sgreen@elsegundo.org. National Public Works Week is May 16th through the 22nd, and a time to think about the role public works play in creating great places to live. The City of El Segundo's Public Works Department includes tree maintenance. In the last of a three-part series on our city's trees, Park Maintenance Superintendent Christopher Henson tells us about a special program for your loved ones.
The city has continued a program initially started by the Tree Musketeers a number of years ago down at Memory Row, located at Imperial Strip, just west of Main Street and Imperial. This program consists of, for the residents of El Segundo, to dedicate a tree or bench for the memory of a loved one that has passed away. An application is required and is available on the city's website or at the city yard located on Illinois Street. Upon approval and submittal of fees, the Parks Division will coordinate the installation of the tree or bench.
For more information on the tree and bench donation program, visit elsegundorec.parks.org and look in the Parks and Facilities section. The El Segundo Chamber of Commerce and Chevron have teamed up to help the city open and recover from pandemic shutdowns. Chevron has donated $5,000 worth of gift cards for local restaurants and small businesses. Residents who spend $10 or more to dine, shop, or play in our city through July 6 will be entered in the drawing for over 150 gift cards. Simply print your name and phone number on your receipt and drop off a copy at the El Segundo Chamber of Commerce at 427 Main Street in El Segundo, or email pictures of your receipts to director@elsegundochamber.org by 5 p.m. on July 6th. Winners will be notified by phone or email. For more information, visit elsegundochamber.com. That's it for this segment of El Segundo News. You can also watch more city-related videos on El Segundo Media YouTube channel. Thanks for tuning in.